So before WNBA free agency started, I got a text message telling me that no team was interested in Chennedy Carter, which is a shame, but you can see in the results and where we're at with the rosters that clearly the information I got was true. And you also saw it with the Chicago Sky just deciding not to bring her back. When she was the best perimeter creator on the Sky last year, one of the best finishers at the rim in the league, one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. Kenny Carter clearly has game, clearly has talent, and clearly has ability. But it seems like the old adage of 3 strikes and you're out may have applied going back to the Sparks, the Dream, and then what happened with the Sky. Because at the time, the reporting, Andy Costabile, who was with the Chicago Sun-Times, now with Front Office Sports, had said future free agents or prospective free agents, were wary of the Sky with Chennedy Carter involved, which goes to show you her reputation. And it's unfortunate, she's played overseas and done really well there. But I think that the state of where she's at in her career was shown through this YouTube interview she did. She went one-on-one with a YouTuber or a streamer. I'm not sure. His name is Neon, I believe. And they played a little one-on-one, barely trying. It's not anything. Somebody edited it up to make it look better for him and look worse for her. But I believe she did indeed win the game. And as you can see, not going at full speed here or anything. But it just a little bit of an emphasis of where she's at in the journey, that this is what we're hearing from Chennedy Carter rather than from her new team or about where she might wind up in the WNBA going forward. But again, like somebody edited up lowlights there, so I'm not going to play any more of that. It's just that's the position she's been put in. She also talked about some of the stuff that has been linked to her, specifically the incident with Caitlin Clark. And obviously everybody's going to run with that, but it's a bit of a repeat conversation to me. At the time, I understand why it was a big deal, and it was definitely out of pocket and not within the element of the game, but I didn't think it deserved days and days of debate either. But that's the entryway to Chennedy Carter's name for millions of people. Millions of people now know who she is because of that. And here's what she said about the Caitlin Clark flagrant foul controversy.
Can you break down that situation that happened?
Yeah. So in basketball a little bit, there's things called talking, what you like to call smack or whatever everybody likes to call it.
Yeah.
Plays before things are said, it's a part of basketball. I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said. And then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court. Then I hit like a little bucket. You feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull up. And then I just like, just give her like a little like I'm here. Like, I don't think it was, what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. Like I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who like pushed LeBron out of bounds, like said, man, I was mad because like we couldn't stop him. So I'm just like, it's like one of those things like it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh, it's not one of those things.
It's not a personal thing. It's a competitive thing.
It happens in basketball, and like it's just one of those things. But like, yeah, it's kind of what happened. Then it spiraled out of control,
and then the media takes whatever narrative they want to
put out.
You
watch every single game to see if you can find any deflects in my game, and like it's really nothing that you probably could say too much about. So then you have trolls, and that's why I said they're gonna be around regardless. But yeah, it was just like a nice little like tap, like I'm here, not to like harm you or anything. If you want to push somebody, you're gonna like full force like.
But people really made it like a crazy big deal. I've seen the clip.
Yeah.
But like I'm not crazy deep in the WNBA world, but in the WNBA world they dragged it like crazy.
I mean, that happens, man. Like it's one of those things. I'm a great player, she's a great player. It looks a certain way. Everybody's gonna have their views on it. But my personal view is, I don't have anything against her. She's a great player, and so am I. And I've got buckets all that season. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those things that I love it though. They think I hate it. I love it. I love when it gets riled up and
so
juicy like that.
You feed off of like what people say and shit, and it makes you
Oh
more
yeah,
motivated.
that's what I'm telling you. Oh yeah, I love the hate. I love that.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, I agree with the idea that it shouldn't have been a big deal for days and days and still talking about it now. And I guess I'm guilty of that. But I do think Carter's comments there are a hint as to why she's not in the league. Lack of accountability in what she's saying. Basically saying, oh, yeah, it was a love tap. It was a love. Instead of just going, yeah, I messed up. I lost my cool for a minute. I messed up. My bad. The end. Right? Caitlin's a great player. I'm sorry I did that. Wish I didn't do that. Because that wasn't a love tap. That wasn't part of the game. You know, part of the game is battling for a loose ball. Part of the game is fouling somebody going for a block shot. You know, the Angel Reese flagrant foul that happened not too long after that was part of the game. That was not part of the game. And it seems as if, you know, Chennedy Carter doesn't realize, it's almost as if she's being victimized in that sense when she doesn't realize why people had an issue with it. And, you know, with other things too, you know, not being in the league in general, that should be a wake-up call for somebody who does have that talent, because she is a great player. I mean, that is true. From an ability standpoint, she's a great player. But there's more to being a part of a team and part of a professional league than being a great player. And also at that time, she had said, you know, what does Caitlin do besides shoot threes or whatever she said online, and said, don't ask me any Caitlin Clark questions. But yeah, it's a sad thing too. You know, there was other clips. She was asked that she said Flau'jae Johnson was quitting basketball to go on tour for her record, you know, which isn't true. Flau'jae is going on tour, but she's not quitting basketball. It's just a sad state of affairs. And I would like to see Chennedy Carter back in the WNBA at some point. I would like to see Chennedy Carter playing basketball because she has that ability, but clearly her reputation, it's not even just her reputation. You WNBA teams and front offices and even other players feel a certain way about it, or else she would be on a roster. When it comes to who's better than who, there aren't more players on rosters, you know, that are in the league that are better than Chennedy Carter. She is one of the top however many players that there are roster spots for, and better than that. On talent, like as a one-on-one player, she's near the top. She remind me of Allen Iverson a little bit, the way she plays. And I have fun watching her game, and you know, I wish her the best, and I hope to see her play because she's fun to watch. But the information I was given was not wrong, and it seems to me like Chennedy Carter might be done in the WNBA, unfortunately.